So there's a little bit of a breaking news from for South Africa pertaining the former Minister of Police, Mr. Nathi Mthethwa, who's been said right now that he has passed on. And this news, at first I saw something in the morning that was claiming that he was, they had not seen him or something like that. I saw a post like that in the morning. I just avoided, but I was like, he's an ambassador. How have they not seen the ambassador? And so, hours later, then that's when I saw these headlines that just came up right now saying that he, there's that headline right there. There's a lot of things in that, and there's a lot to talk about concerning that. But first, before we go on with this news, there's other news around the world concerning Trump. Trump went on to the UN and declared to many countries that their countries are potentially going to hell. We're going to talk about that as well in this episode, and also the UK and their whole digital ID direction that they have now put forward, and a tweet that got Julius roasted all over social media. These are all the episodes that I want to cover on this one. But I also want to remind, I think from now, you remember the second channel. We have a second channel that is about 3,000 subscribers. I want to do news breakdowns, which are not full episode discussions. And in those episodes, I will do news breakdowns like this. And so, do check that particular channel down in the comments below. If you haven't seen that particular channel, but I will start posting this type of long form news breakdowns or announcements in different things. These are not doctrinal breakdowns. I'll just be saying what's happening in the news, particularly things that go towards world and prophecy and all that type of stuff. It's the Actuality Show, daily Christian commentary videos. Other episodes done today, they'll be down in the pinned comments. So for those that don't know that channel, it will be down in the description below. The reason why I also want to do this is because I've noticed that I tend to skip through a lot of news stories. So those that I don't cover, I'll cover them over on that channel. So starting from next month, you'll definitely be getting episodes. So the Nathi story. If you actually go right now, I'm on, NBC News. Says the South African ambassador to France was found on the hotel. On YouTube, we can't say certain things and whatnot. And so it has been reported to be missing, was reported missing by his wife on Monday. So that's the report that I had seen earlier on. So I saw that post and I was like, okay, now that comes off thing. So then this news then got broken a couple of minutes or so away. Now, someone did find the particular building where he was staying, and they showed the fall space from the 26th all the way down to the floor. Yeah, this story, I do kind of like, you're going to have updates that are unexpected. Yeah, it does. I'm just thinking out loud here. You're probably gonna have updates concerning the story that are unexpected. He was the former Minister of Police. You know what I'm saying. So, those who have not seen it, and also condolences to the family. Now, over to the UK's whole story. You'll remember I did mention that the UK has a new story that's been all over the place. That particular subject is their new ID scheme. And this story is the reason why I want to start doing just news, not doctrine stuff, just reporting what news are happening that contribute towards prophecy. So the UK, unfortunately my network is very terrible right now. They reported that they have now enforced the digital ID. They gave these reasons concerning subject matters of employment, people won't be able to go to work for and you'll remember the whole system of the beast is on the grid. We've seen that in places like China, when your ID and everything is on the digital, it's easier to control people in that manner. It gives what they know as credit score and stuff like that. It can get very hectic. So they recently announced this is mandatory. Okay, they mentioned that people will be expected to have this. Okay, all across the board. Everyone will be expected to have this. You can go and check the stories online. I think YouTube has the best record concerning that. Not necessarily conspiracy, just the news, just knowing what systems are in function in the world that contribute towards that side of the end time. So this is it. This is definitely a system of the Antichrist in the making. Okay, so some of these pieces have been seen in the world. There will be legitimate reasons that they can use for it, but we know where it goes to. This takes me to the third story that I mentioned, Trump over at the UN. Trump made a speech and he made sure that everybody understood what it was all about. Trump openly stood in front of the UN and declared that most people's countries are going to hell. Okay? Yeah, so he lashed out at them. He put the UK in his scope, and he said, doesn't make sense why people will allow foreigners to destroy their country. He's right. He was definitely right. Doesn't make sense. Why don't they? And of course, this comes right after the UK had that huge march that had over 500,000 people that showed up for the march because people are kind of tired. The guys who are coming from Islamic countries want to enforce their own rules now. That creates a chaos of a thing. So that's why Trump was saying, you man thems, your countries are going to hell. The video of it is even more funny. You can go and check it on YouTube. Unfortunately, my data month end tends to be its own thing. So it's very slow right now. Now, the next thing that goes alongside what Trump mentioned there with allowing foreigners to do way too much, it's this tweet by Julius. Now you guys will remember, I've mentioned Julius has very weird beliefs. He has this idea that Africa should actually have one country, should be like one whole country. And in that, we should not have borders. That's crisis. It's ridiculous. Who would even say that? But you would think maybe Julius is joking. No, he's not. He actually believes this thing. He actually believes he's right. Yeah, he actually believes he is right in this thinking. Now, the tweet that he posted on socials, which is Twitter right there, you can see he was saying Tudula is a group of thugs and must be subject to a political. I wonder, what's he talking about? Now, people did question him a lot. Okay, people did question him. I think even Panuel, whom I disagree with on a lot of things, did take him to the book concerning it. Either you don't care about the cries of ordinary South Africans when it comes to undocumented foreigners. The Dudula situation is undocumented. I've stated my position concerning this. Even foreigners who are legal should stand with South Africans on that fight, because you are maintaining the integrity of the country and the system from which you are beneficiary. Okay? So it doesn't make sense why Julius continues to pursue these ideas. But as I've mentioned before, this is the global agenda. This is the agenda that Christians should keep a watch over. Should keep a watch over this particular subject. And so these are the news that I wanted to talk about, and I didn't want to make individual episodes concerning them. I just want to come to announce them. If you haven't seen any of them, you can go and look further online. But as I've stated, On that second channel, I'm going to start just posting these news breakdown stories that I don't get time to actually make full breakdowns of, but just announcements, and then some of them will land on the main channel as fully broken down stories. So y'all tell me your thoughts concerning that, and I will see you on a later on episode. And also condolences to the family of the Mthethwas.